But not everyone will. We are not everyone.
You are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV or tree trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
The Guard helps you get an education. The South Dakota Army National Guard offers all its service members in-state tuition assistance towards your college or technical school education. For your service, you will receive 50% off tuition at all South Dakota Board of Regents colleges. If you attend a technical school in the state, you will receive 83.5% off tuition. For more information, visit their Facebook and Instagram pages or check out their website, nationalguard.com/SD.
Welcome, baseball fans, to Groton, South Dakota, and Lock-Karst Field. I'm Pat Kraus, bringing you live action of the Class B State American Legion Tournament here on this beautiful, beautiful July 30th, 2021. Groton, South Dakota, Paul Karst Day. If you tuned in earlier, there was an opening ceremony honoring the legend Paul Karst, as we spoke earlier. In baseball circles in northeast South Dakota and in the state of South Dakota as a whole, it's hard to think about baseball and not think of Paul Karst. And the city council and the mayor of Groton did a nice little tribute to him and all his work and service to the city and community of Groton and the baseball program here, and designated July 30th, 2021 as officially Paul Karst Day. We are set here. We're getting set up here, as you see on the screen here. Groton going through their final stages of preparation for our final game. Final game of today's first round. We will do starting lineups and first pitch here in Groton in our fourth and final game of day one when we return here to Lock-Karst Field in Groton, South Dakota, after this message.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
The Guard helps you get an education. The South Dakota Army National Guard offers all its service members in-state tuition assistance towards your college or technical school education. For your service, you will receive 50% off tuition at all South Dakota Board of Regents colleges. If you attend a technical school in the state, you will receive 83.5% off tuition. For more information, visit their Facebook and Instagram pages or check out their website, nationalguard.com/SD.
And we are back in Groton, South Dakota. Fourth and final game of today's first round action, where we will see the Lake Norden Badger Post 260 team taking on the host Post 39 Groton. Quick little recap before we get into our starting lineups. 3 games in the books. First game of the day at 10 o'clock saw Tabor defeat Big Stone City 12-0. In our second game, we saw Madison walk off Winter Cologne 6-5, and in a game just completed, Redfield in the same fashion walked off Vermilion 5-4, and that sets us up here for our final game. Lake Norden, on your screen, you see LNB. That stands for Lake Norden Badger. Again, 2 communities combining into one. They will be the home team on the scoreboard. We'll go through our starting lineups here very quickly. For Groton Post 39, they will be the visitors on the scoreboard. Leading off and playing center field, Darion Shabazz. Johnny Doden is batting second in left field. Alex Morris is at shortstop batting third. Batting fourth, Chandler Larson at second base. Tate Larson at first base batting fifth. Batting sixth, Brody DeHoot. He is the designated hitter. Jackson Cogley is at third base batting seventh. Cade Larson is doing the catching, and he's batting eighth. And batting ninth is Pierce Kettering. On the mound for Groton Post 39 will be Peyton Johnson. Coaches for Groton Post 39, assistant coach Seth Erickson, and your head coach for Groton Post 39, Matt Locke. For Lake Norden Post 260, Lake Norden Badger Post 260, again the home team, Matt Steffensen batting first. And in left field, Jackson Nome is at shortstop batting second. Batting third, Dawson Nome is at second base. Cameron Thuy is at third base, batting fourth. Batting fifth, Luke Stephenson is in center field. Carson Peterson is in right field, batting sixth. George Jensen is at first base, batting seventh. Batting eighth, Nikolai Arbach is doing the pitching for Lake Norden Badger, and Christian Rodriguez is doing the catching. Lake Norden Badger Post 260 is coached by, I had it. Now I got to find it. There it is. Coaches Brad Nome, Jeff Cruz, and Blake Jensen. We will have first pitch here shortly. Again, for those of you who are interested, we will be on the air bringing you live stream coverage of this entire 2021 American Legion Class B state tournament right here on Live Ticket. If you are unable to attend, continue to tune into us here. We enjoy and we thank you for all your watch, your viewership, and listening. As without you, we wouldn't be able to make this possible. This is an enjoyable thing for me to do. It's a lot of fun up here. My man Axel Warrington is my production man up here doing an outstanding job. He's only going to be a freshman in high school, but he acts like a seasoned veteran up here, keeps things running smoothly. Groton Baseball Softball Foundation deserves a lot of praise for what they've done to get this tournament up and running. Field looks great due to our grounds crew and everything just running smoothly as we are about to finish up our first day of action here at the 2021 state tournament. You can find our stream on liveticket.tv, or you can go to YouTube and search Groton Baseball Softball Foundation, and that will take you to our YouTube channel, where you will be able to tune in and watch the games live or go back and watch the archived games as we see Lake Norden finishing up their starting lineups. Tomorrow's schedule right now for Saturday, currently the only game we know, or two games we know for sure, is our 10 o'clock game. Big Stone City will be taking on Vermilion in an elimination game. The winner moves on. The loser goes home. The second game tomorrow morning is Winter Cologne, and that will be they will be playing that against the loser of this contest. We're going to play ball and get started here. Continue to recap. Tabor and Redfield will be facing off in the first night game at 5 o'clock, and Madison will be facing the winner of this game in our final game tomorrow. We are set for our fourth and final game, where we will see Lake Norden Badger post 60 taking on Groton post 39 in our first round opening round game, game 4 of 4 today. Lake Norden is huddled up. They're looking to take the field as they are the home team. When they take the field, we will set the lineup for, or set their defense for you. Umpires for game 4. At first base will be Dave Purell. At third base will be Roger Metzinger. And behind the plate calling balls and strikes will be Mike Sarda. Again, these umpires are licensed by the South Dakota Umpires Association, do a fantastic job. They work hard to do the best they can do. Lake Norden takes the field, set the defense for the Lake Norden Badger post 260. In the outfield from left to right, in left is Matt Steffensen. Center is Luke Stephenson, and in right is Carson Peterson. Around the infield, third to first. Going around the infield, third to first. At third base is Cameron Thuy. Shortstop, Jackson Nome. Second base, Dawson Nome. And at first base is George Jensen. And your battery here in our fourth and final game for Lake Norden behind the plate is Christian Rodriguez. And on the mound is Nikolai Arbach. Nikolai Arbach wearing number 20, big, tall-looking kid out there on the mound. For Groton post 39, the first three batters they will send to the plate will be Darion Shabazz, Johnny Doden, and Alex Morris. Again, beautiful night out here. The American flag and straightaway center field has gone down. Not much of a breeze. Hopefully that doesn't bring the bugs out, as we've had a little moisture, a little warmer temperatures. Hopefully the mosquitoes stay at bay. And Arbach looking to finish up his warm-up pitches. Rodriguez sends it down. Good throw. And we are set for baseball here. Fourth and final game. Darion Shabazz steps to the plate. He will lead off the top of the first inning and the ball game for Groton post 39, wearing number 1 in their red pinstriped jerseys with white numbers. First pitch swung on and missed. First pitch officially 7:35 under hazy skies and 73 degrees here in Groton. Arbach jumps ahead. Oh, no balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 is in there. First strike 2 on the inside corner. And Arbach doesn't look like it's coming, but all of a sudden he lets loose and it's on ya. Big, slow movement with his motion. And all of a sudden the ball just shoots off his hand. The 0-2, Shabazz pops it up into foul territory. And it is caught by Cameron Thuy in foul territory for out number 1. So Shabazz out on 3 pitches. Johnny Doden steps to the plate. Johnny playing left field and wearing number 2. Again, Lake Norden Badger in their navy blue, white numbers, white lettering with white pants. First pitch to Doden, swung on and missed. Again, Arbach looking to bring it and throw strikes right away, challenging these hitters right away with his fastball. Norden digs back in, gets set. Now Arbuck comes set. The 0-1. That misses a little outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. We're in the top of the first inning. Game 4, opening round action. Lake Norden Badger, post 260, taking on Groton, post 39, the host team. The 1-1 to Norden. That's down the middle for a strike. Took a little off there to get it across. Again, like a lot of pitchers lately, Arbuck going out of the stretch with nobody on. Starting to see that a little more and more, even in the majors. The 1-2 from Arbuck to Norden. That misses inside as Johnny has to tuck his arms in. 2 balls and 2 strike, count even. Johnny Norden trying to work a base here for Groton, post 39, get something started here in the top of the first inning. The 2-2, that's swung on and lifted into center. Steffensen under it, and he will put it away for out number 2. Johnny got a pitch to drive there, just missed it. Luke Steffensen camped under and corralled it for out number 2. That'll bring up Alex Morris. Morris wearing number 14, playing shortstop. Batting number 3 for a reason. He's a pretty solid hitter. Arbuck looking in at Rodriguez for the sign. Now he gets it. And his first pitch to Morris. That misses outside, ball 1. These two have played each other before. They know each other, so Arbuck probably thinking Morris likes to swing at that first pitch, so we're not going to give him anything right away here. So see if he'll chase. The 1-0 to Morris. That's down the middle for strike 1. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Alex Morris, a big kid in there. He digs in. Now he's checking. Arbuck gets the sign. Count even. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 on the way. That's driven into right center. That's going to get down for a hit. That's going to roll to the gap. Morris rounds first. He's on his way to second. And he will be aboard with a 2-out stand-up double. Good crowd here on hand in the Groton faithful. They like what they see when Morris hits a shot to the right center gap to get things started here. 2 outs with Alex Morris on second base. That's going to bring up Chandler Larson. Larson wearing number 11, playing second base for the host team, Groton, post 39. Morris takes his lead at second. Arbuck checks. First pitch to Larson. It's swung on and missed. Larson a little tardy there. A little late. No balls, 1 strike to the Groton second baseman. Groton looking to crack into the scoring right away here in the top of the first. Put the pressure on Lake Norden. Arbuck comes home, the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Little breaking ball. He swung right over the top of it. And Chandler Larson now quickly down. No balls and 2 strikes. Arbuck looking to get out of here with no damage. Leave Morris stranded at second base. Arbuck set, checks. The 0-2 to Chandler Larson is on the outside corner, and Chandler Larson goes down looking. So Alex Morris's 2-out double is squandered as he's left standing at second base. Groton post 39, no runs on 1 hit, 1 runner left after a half inning, no score. Coming up for Lake Norden post 260 in the bottom of the first inning, it'll be Matt Stephenson, Jackson Nome, and Dawson Nome, and we'll have the bottom of the first inning and set the defense for Groton when we return after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Welcome back to state tournament action here in Groton, South Dakota at Lock Karst Field. Pat Krause here on liveticket.tv bringing you the action. After half inning in our fourth and final game, no score. Set the defense here for Groton, post 39. In the outfield, left to right, we've got Johnny Doden, Darion Shabazz, and in right field is Pierce Kettering. I wrote that down wrong in my scorebook, but Pierce Kettering in right field. Around the infield, left to right, it's Cogley, Morris, Chandler Larson, and Tate Larson. And your battery behind the dish is Cade Larson. And on the mound is Peyton Johnson. Peyton Johnson, big, strong, left-handed pitcher. Leading off, Matt Steffensen for Lake Norden, post 260. First pitch is in there for a strike. And Peyton Johnson jumps out early here. No balls and one strike. Matt Steffensen wearing number 12 for post 260. Johnson gets the sign here, the 0-1. Just misses off the plate. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Groton wearing their red with white pinstripes jerseys, white pants, red and white hats. The 1-1 on the way. That's lined hard, fouled, wide to third. Lake Norden wearing their blue, navy blue, white numbers and letters, white pants. 1 ball, 2 strikes, leadoff hitter Matt Steffensen. Johnson from the wind, the 1-2. Just off the plate, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Peyton Johnson, big lefty, does a nice job. Works a little slower than what we've seen today. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter for Lake Norden. 2-2, swung on and lifted into center. Shabazz on, he's got it tracked and measured, and he'll put it away for out number 1. Good work there by Johnson, working the count even 2-2, and able to get Stephenson to fly out. That brings up Jackson Nome. Nome playing shortstop for Lake Norden, post 260. Johnson gets his sign from Cade Larson. First pitch to Nome, a little off speed, clips off the glove of Larson, skips away. Nobody on, no harm there. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, these teams know each other. Jackson Nome, a pretty solid hitter. Johnson maybe going to pitch him kind of careful. I don't want to give him anything too good. The 1-0 out front is Nome, and he swings through it and misses. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Looks like Johnson took a little off there. Got Nome out on his front foot, and he swung over the top. Count even up, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out here. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Opening round action. The 1-1 swung on and missed again. Nome looks to be a little out front. Johnson gets ahead here in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outfield looks like they're shading a little to left center. Infield playing regular depth. Johnson digging in his glove, gets his sign from Larson. The 1-2 to Nome. Swung on and missed, and Nome is down swinging for out number 2. Two outs. That's going to bring up second baseman Dawson Nome. Dawson Nome steps in, pants. Got his high socks, no batting gloves. Kind of looks like a throwback. Peyton Johnson working here. First pitch to Dawson Nome. Swung on and missed as Nome chased one upstairs. Johnson gets ahead, 0-1. Times in these first few innings, the kid's got a little bit of adrenaline. And they're up there, and they want to hit the ball a mile if they can. The 0-1 swung on and fouled, and Peyton Johnson working well here, quickly ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. As a coach, these coaches, sometimes they just have to calm their kids down a little bit and say, hey, it's just another ball game. Peyton Johnson way up here, no balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the first inning. The 0-2 just off the inside corner. Looks like he throws a little bit of a, I don't want to call it a curveball, maybe more of a slider type action. Not a big breaker. 1-2 the count. Gets a sign from the wine. The 1-2 swung on and lifted to short. Morris calls for it, and he will put it away to end the inning. As Lake Norden Badger post 260 goes 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. After one complete, we have no score. Coming up for Groton post 39 in the top of the second inning, it'll be Tate Larson, Brody DeHoot, and Jackson Cogley, and we will have the top of the second inning back here at the State B American Legion Tournament in Groton after this message.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we're back here, top of the second inning action. We're in the opening round of the State B American Legion Baseball Tournament. I'm Pat Kraus bringing you the action here on Live Ticket. As I said, if we're bringing you all the action, so if you're unable to attend, please stay tuned into us throughout the duration of the tournament, as we'll bring you every game until Tuesday, where we will crown a champion. Right now, though, we're finishing up our first round games with Lake Norden Badger post 260 taking on the host team post 39 Groton. We're in the top of the second inning. Tate Larson's going to lead off for Groton, wearing number 16, playing first base. First pitch is in there, first strike. Nikolai Arbuck doing the pitching for Lake Norden. Big, tall, skinny pitcher. Real slow motion, but when he brings that ball, kind of a whipping motion, and it's on you quick. The 0-1 swung on and missed as Larson swings through it. No balls and 2 strikes. Arbuck quickly ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the second inning. Arbuck gets a sign from Rodriguez, and now he's set. The 0-2 to Larson. Swung on and missed, and Larson down quickly on 3 pitches for the first out. I'll bring up the designated hitter, number 20, Brody DeHoot. DeHoot, the designated hitter for Peyton Johnson. A lot of teams will do that, give their pitcher just one thing to focus on. First pitch to DeHoot, swung on and missed. A little tardy, a little late there on that one, as Arbuck reached back and brought a good fastball, challenging DeHoot here on the first pitch. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 from Arbuck. Just off the plate, missing 1-1 now the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the second inning. No score so far in our fourth and final opening round game of the 2021 State Class B American Legion Baseball Tournament. The 1-1 from Arbuck. Swung on and missed. DeHoot went downstairs chasing a little. DeHoot down, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now looking to put it in play. See if he can do something with it here. Arbuck working here, working quick. Got a good rhythm going so far. The 1-2. That's down the middle, a little off speed. Freezes DeHoot. He's down looking for out number 2. That's going to bring up with 2 outs a third baseman, number 10, Jackson Cogley. Cogley looking to get something going here with 2 outs. Arbuck gets the sign. Now he comes set. First pitch to Cogley. It's swung on and missed for strike 1. Again, Arbuck doing nothing fancy. He's just saying, here it is, hit it. Throws a little wrinkle in there every once in a while with a little breaking ball. Jackson Cogley digs in. He's ready. Arbuck's ready. The 0-1 on the way. Took a little off there again down the middle for strike 2. with the pitch count rules, throwing strikes is so important, and so far Arbuck doing his job. Arbuck looks in, gets a sign from Rodriguez. Now the 0-2 to Cogley. Swung on and grounded up the middle. It's going to be a tough play. Cogley runs well, and they get him. 4-3. Nome to Jensen to retire the side. Groton goes 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no runners left on after an inning and a half. We still have no score. Up for Lake Norden in the bottom of the second, it'll be Thuy, Luke Steffensen, and Carson Peterson. And we'll have the bottom of the second inning when we return to Groton and State B action after this message.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we are back here in the bottom of the second inning. Opening round action, we have Groton post 39, the visitors on the scoreboard, taking on Lake Norden Badger post 260. Cameron Thuy is going to lead off the bottom of the second inning for Lake Norden Badger. Thuy playing third base. First pitch is on the outside corner for strike one. Peyton Johnson doing a nice job getting ahead in the count. We're scoreless here in the bottom of the second inning. Johnson gets his sign from Larson. Thuy swings through the 0-1 pitch for strike two. That's Cade Larson doing the catching. His twin brother Tate is at first base. Peyton Johnson gets the sign. The 0-1 on the 0-2 on the way. It's driven hard into left field. Doden back, and that one is gone. A home run by Cameron Thuy on an 0-2 pitch. Thuy puts a charge into it, and he gets Lake Norden Badger on the board with a leadoff solo home run here in the bottom of the second inning. With 2 strikes, I don't think Peyton Johnson wanted to throw that where he threw it, and Thuy did a good job of getting a pitch he liked and drove it and deposited it over the left field fence. Estimated distance about 360 on that home run. That's going to bring up Luke Steffenson. Steffenson playing center field for post 260. First pitch misses for ball one. The 1-0 is popped up on the infield. Cogley gives it a look in foul territory, and he will put it away. And Stephenson is out on 2 pitches on a pop-up, corralled by Jackson Cogley. With 1 out, that's going to bring up left-handed hitting Carson Peterson. Peterson playing right field. Peyton Johnson gets the sign from Cade Larson. First pitch is in there for a strike. Look like a little slider action there to get ahead here, 0-1. Lake Norden Badger on the board first on a solo home run by Cameron Thuy. The 0-1 swung on and fouled, out of play. Johnson doing a good job here other than that 1 pitch to Thuy. Throwing strikes just like he's supposed to. Just got too much of the plate on that 0-2 to Thuy, and he did what he's supposed to do as the number 4 hitter. The 0-2, that misses down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnson trying to get Peterson to chase. He doesn't bite. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Johnson looking in. He gets his sign now. The 1-2. Swung on and grounded to second. Chandler Larson up with it. On to Tate Larson in time to retire Peterson. 4-3 on the putout if you're scoring at home. And with 2 outs, that's going to bring up George Jensen. Jensen playing first base for Lake Norden Badger, post 260. Jensen, number 17, batting from the left side. A lefty-lefty matchup here. Peyton Johnson looks in, gets his sign. First pitch to Jensen, swung on and missed. And Johnson gets ahead here. No balls and 1 strike. Again, Peyton Johnson doing a nice job getting strikes, throwing strikes just like he's supposed to do. The 0-1 on the way. Swung on and flipped into short left. Johnny Doden coming hard. Long run, and he dives, and he makes a fantastic play in left field. Johnny Doden, a phenomenal athlete, good trackster football player for Groton Area High School in the past years, makes a nice diving play to get out of the inning. But Lake Norden Badger gets on the board with a solo home run from Cameron Thuy. So they go one run on 1 hit, no runners left after 2 complete. Lake Norden Badger leads 1-0 for Groton. Coming up in the top of the 3rd, it'll be Cade Larson, Pierce Kettering, and then back to the top, Darion Shabazz. And we'll have that for you when we return to Lockhurst Field in Groton, South Dakota after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
The Guard helps you get an education.
And we're back here, State B, American Legion action in Groton, South Dakota at Lockhurst Field. I'm Pat Krause bringing it to you on Live Ticket. Find us on liveticket.tv or search Groton Baseball Softball Foundation on YouTube, and you'll be able to follow it there. Cade Larson steps in for Groton here in the top of the 3rd. First pitch is in there for a strike. Cade Larson doing the catching for Groton. Nikolai Arbuck in his 3rd inning of work here. Doing a nice job, just as Peyton Johnson is for Groton. The 0-1 to Cade. Swung on and missed. Again, the Groton hitters trying to match the strength here instead of just sitting back and putting a good swing on it. They're trying to match up to the speed of Arbuck and just not able to do it. The 0-2 on the way, and that one got away from him. Gripped that curveball a little too tight. And that one skips to the backstop. Beautiful night out here at Lockhurst Field, other than the haze that everybody's dealing with around the state of South Dakota. But beautiful temperatures, the lights are on. The 1-2 swung on and driven into center. Steffensen back, and he will put it away for out number 1. Larson puts a good swing on it, drives it to center, but Luke Steffensen is able to track it and put it away for the first out. That'll bring up number 5, right fielder Pierce Kettering. Pierce in the number 9 spot in the lineup. On deck will be the leadoff hitter Darion Shabazz. First pitch from Arbuck on the way. Swung on and fouled. Good swing there. Good swing there by Kettering. He just swung underneath of it, got a piece, fouled it off. Arbuck jumps out ahead here. No balls and 1 strike to the number 9 hitter, right fielder Pierce Kettering. The 0-1 from Arbuck. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count here to number 5, Pierce Kettering. We're in the top of the 3rd inning of our 4th and final game here on day 1 of the 2021 State B tournament. The 1-1. That's on the outside corner for strike 2. And Arbuck does a nice job. If he misses on 1, he comes right back, gets back in the zone. Arbuck looking in for his sign from Rodriguez. Gets the sign from the stretch. The 1-2. Swung on and driven into center. That's going to, or left field, excuse me. That's going to be down. And Kettering is aboard with a 1-out single. I tell you what, in 4 games today, I think 3 out of the 4, I'd have to go back and look, but 3 out of the 4, the number 9 hitters for teams have been extremely productive. I think we saw in the Tabor game, their number 9 hitter went 3 for 3 with 3 runs scored. And here we have Kettering getting things started for Groton. That brings up Darion Shabazz, wearing number 1, the leadoff hitter. First pitch on the way is in there for a strike. Second time through here for Groton, so hopefully they are able to make some adjustments here. Try to figure out Arbuck a little bit as he has thrown well so far. Kettering gets his lead from first. Arbuck looks over. Now he comes set. The 0-1 to Shabazz. That's swung on and fouled. He got a piece of it, flipped it into the net. A little late there. Darion trying to find a way here. As Coach Matlock has him take a look at the signs. The 0-2 here coming. Arbuck looks over at Kettering. Now we're set. Arbuck looks in at Rodriguez. Thuy in a little bit here at third. The 0-2 swung on it, popped up on the infield. First base Jensen calls for it, and he puts it away for out number 2. 2 outs. That's going to bring up left fielder Johnny Doden. Doden made a spectacular catch out in left field to end the bottom of the 2nd inning, so hopefully he can carry that over here and find a way to put the ball in play or get a hit. Kettering leads from first. Arbuck comes set, checks the runner. Back is Kettering in safely. Kettering looks like he can get another step over there as he was in soon enough, or easy enough. First pitch to Doden, swung on and popped up. Jensen's going to give it a look, but it's going to get out of play, off the light, and back onto the field. Not something you see every day. A pop fly went high enough where it hit off the top of the light and then came back into play. And Arbuck says, yeah, of course I want this ball. So Arbuck gets the ball back. Now he's looking in, gets a sign from Rodriguez. Kettering gets the lead from first. Again, he checks. Now set. The 0-1. Swung on and missed as Doden swings through a pitch down in the bottom half of the strike zone. Arbuck ahead here. No balls and 2 strikes. Groton had a runner on here again in the 3rd. Trying to figure out a way. Trying to figure out Arbuck here. Kettering checked at first. He's back in safely. No balls, 2 strikes to the number 2 hitter for Groton, post 39. We're in the top of the 3rd inning, opening round action, 2021 State B Legion Tournament. Time called at the plate. Arbuck is very thorough with his stretch position here as he takes a long look over at Kettering each time. Takes his time. Now he's set, trying to keep Kettering close. So Kettering runs. Pitch is called the 3rd strike, so the inning is over. And Doden goes down looking for strike 3 and the 3rd out. Groton gets 1 hit, leaves a runner but doesn't push any across. After 2.5, Lake Norden Badger post 260 leads 1-0. We'll have Arbuck, Rodriguez, and Steffensen in the bottom of the third inning. We'll bring you that action when we return to Groton, South Dakota, and Lockhart Field after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
The Guard helps you get an education. The South.
And we're back. Bottom of the third inning. Nikolai Arbuck, pitcher for Lake Norden, starting off. First pitch missed for a ball. Johnson's 1-0. That misses inside. And quickly Johnson behind here. 2 balls and no strikes. If you're just joining us, this is opening round action. Game number 4 of 4 today. Post 39, Groton the host, taking on Lake Norden Badger, post 260. The 2-0 swung on and grounded. Cogley up with it. On to first in time for the out. Nice play there by Jackson Cogley as he came across and gloved it and made a good, strong on-target throw to retire Arbuck at first for the first out. Good job there by Peyton Johnson. Fell behind 2-0, able to come back, get a strike, get Arbuck swinging, and get him to ground out. That's going to bring up Christian Rodriguez, number 22. He's doing the catching. First pitch misses down low for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Peyton Johnson to Christian Rodriguez. The 1-0 on the way. That one misses inside. 2-0 again, falling behind. With the pitch count rules, that's not an ideal way to go about it. Want to be as efficient as possible. Throw strikes. The 2-0. That swung on and fouled. Rodriguez caught a piece, flipped it to the backstop. 2 balls and 1 strike. Both pitchers so far today in this final game are doing well. Arbuck, he's only at 38 pitches through 3 innings. Johnson at 30 through 2 1/3. The 2-1 from Peyton Johnson. Swung on and missed, and Rodriguez out front and over the top. And Johnson evens the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking to come back from down 2-0 to retire Rodriguez. Matt Steffensen stands on deck, the leadoff hitter for Lake Norden Badger. The 2-2 on the way. Curveball grounded to third, and that's going to get by Cogley into left field. And Rodriguez will be aboard with a 1-out single. Johnson just kind of hung that little slider a little bit, hung it out there, and Rodriguez did a nice job keeping the hands back, pulling it down just inside the third base bag for a base hit into left field. That's going to bring top of the order up Matt Steffensen. Steffensen 0 for 1 today with a fly out to center field in his first at-bat back in the first inning. Johnson looks in. Rodriguez takes a short lead from first. First pitch to Stephenson. Swung on and lifted into left field. Norden and Shabazz converge. Norden makes the catch. Fires it back to second. Good contact there by Stephenson, but I talked about it in the Redfield game with Camden Osborne and Christian DeYoung out in left and center. They don't let much fall. Same here with Groton with Darion Shabazz and Johnny Norden. 2 outs. That brings up Jackson Nome. First pitch to Nome is down and in for ball 1. Rodriguez being told by his coach, stay tight, as Johnson is a left-handed pitcher. It's a little harder to read the lefties, whether they're going home or they're coming to first. Johnson checks Rodriguez, the 1-0. Curveball in there for a strike. 1-1 the count to Jackson Nome, number 10, shortstop for Lake Norden, Badger post 260. Johnson checks, comes home. The 1-1 is driven up the middle. That's going to be through for a base hit. Shabazz up with it quickly. He's going to fire into Morris. Morris will cut it off. And Nome is aboard with a 1-out single. Rodriguez will advance to second on the base hit. With 2 outs, Lake Norden Badger has runners on first and second. That brings up Dawson Nome. Dawson Nome 0 for 1 with a fly out to the shortstop in his first at-bat. Runners will take their lead as Johnson comes set in the stretch. First pitch to Dawson Nome. That misses inside. 1-0 here. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Lake Norden Badger leading 1-0. The 1-0 swung on and fouled back, out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Lake Norden Badger leading 1-0 on a Cameron Thuy solo home run that led off the bottom of the second inning. The 1-1 from Johnson to Dawson Nome on the way. Curveball driven into left field. Doden back. He's got it tracked, and he will put it away. Didn't know if he had it there for a second, but he did. And Dawson Nome gave it a ride, but Doden was able to track it down and put it away for the 3rd out. And that will end the 3rd inning for Lake Norden Badger. They leave 2, score none on 2 hits. Top of the 4th inning coming up. It'll be Alex Morris, Chandler Larson, and Tate Larson, and we'll have that for you when we return to Groton after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Welcome back to Groton, South Dakota. Lockhart Field for 2021 Class B American Legion baseball action. I am Pat Krause here bringing it to you on live ticket. Tell your friends and family we're going to bring every single ball game to you live. I think all told, by the time we crown the champion, we could have 14 for sure games, 15 if necessary, double elimination format, and we will crown a champion on Tuesday. But right now, we're got to finish out our first round games, and we've got the host team, Groton, post 39, taking on the team from Lake Norden Badger, post 260. Right now, we've got a 1-0 score. Lake Norden, only team on the board so far on a Cameron Thuy solo home run. 3 games already today. Saw Tabor advance over Big Stone City 12-0, and then we had 2 outstanding games where Madison defeated Winter Cologne 6-5 in a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th. And then in the game prior to this, Redfield was able to defeat Vermilion in a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th, 5-4. Nikolai Arbuck in his 4th inning of work here. Alex Morris steps in. First pitch is in there for a strike. Starts him off with a fastball this time. Last time Tried to catch him with a little bit of a curveball. Morris 1 for 1 on the day with a double. Doubled on a 2-out double back in the first. And the 0-1 skips in there for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Morris doubled in the first but was left stranded at second base. Looking to get something started here. Arbuck comes set the 1-1. That swung on. Morris caught a piece of it. I think he was a little fooled there out on his front foot, but just caught a piece of it and fouled it back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nikolai Arbuck through 3 innings is at 41 pitches, so fairly efficient in his pitches thus far. The 1-2 to Morris. That misses outside far enough for it to get away from Rodriguez. Count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Lake Norden Badger leading 1-0. Groton trying to find a way here as they're going second time through the lineup, trying to figure out Arbuck. The 2-2, and Morris leaves it. Good discipline there by Alex Morris, not chasing. Works a full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the Groton shortstop and number 3 hitter in the lineup, Alex Morris. The 3-2 swung on and driven hard into center, but right on Stephenson, and he'll put it away. That's 2 extremely hard hit balls by Alex Morris. 1 for a double and then 1 right at the center fielder. We know that that's the type of hitter he is, where he puts good swings on balls, and when he squares it up, he hits it a long way. But that one right there was right on the center fielder, Luke Stephenson, for out number 1. Chandler Larson comes to the plate, wearing number 11, playing second base. Time's called. Looks like we've got a warm-up ball thrown behind home plate. Now we're getting ready. Arbuck gets a sign from Rodriguez. First official pitch to Chandler Larson and misses for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to the Groton second baseman and number 4 hitter in the lineup. Chandler Larson 0 for 1 today. Went down looking in his first at-bat. The 1-0 on the way. It's chased by Larson for strike 1. Got himself, looks like Arbuck's got himself a little bit of a spinner, little slider. Looks a little better than it comes off, and Larson chased it that time. Evens the count 1-1. Arbuck gets a sign from Rodriguez. The 1-1. That misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. We're in the top of the 4th inning, opening round action. Final game of our opening round here in the 2021 Class B American Legion State Tournament. 2-1 on the outside corner for strike 2. 2-2 now the count to Chandler Larson. Outfield shaded a little bit to the left. Infield playing regular depth. Arbuck comes home the 2-2. Swung on a miss, and Larson swings. The ball gets away from Rodriguez. He will have to throw it down to first to complete the out, and he does. And Larson, Chandler Larson, down swinging for the second out. His second strikeout of the game. Tate Larson steps in. Tate went down swinging in his first at-bat. See if he made an adjustment here to figure out Nikolai Arbuck. First pitch to Larson's in there for a strike. Arbuck has 6 strikeouts so far in the ball game. That was his 50th pitch through 3 2/3. Gets a sign from Rodriguez. The 0-1 swung on and popped up on the infield. Thuy's going to give it a look, but it's going to get out of play. Count goes no balls and 2 strikes to Tate Larson. Tate Larson, the first baseman for Lake Norden Badger, post 260. looking to get something going here on 2 outs for Groton, as we're 1.5 times through the lineup and they have yet to figure him out. The 0-2, that's in the dirt. Good pick by Rodriguez. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, Harbuck not really looking to throw a strike there, I don't think, just hoping maybe Larson would chase. He doesn't. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2, swung on and missed. Ball's dropped, but Rodriguez will complete the out. And Tate Larson down swinging for the second time tonight to end the inning. Groton goes 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on after 3.5. Lake Norden Badgers still leads 1-0. We'll have Thuy, Luke Steffensen, and Peterson up in the bottom of the 4th inning for Lake Norden. We'll have that when we return to Groton, South Dakota, and Lockhart Field after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we're back, bottom of the 4th inning here in opening round action. Cameron Thuy steps to the plate, takes first pitch for a ball. Peyton Johnson in his 4th inning of work, doing well out there. You know, only really thrown 1 bad pitch, and that was by thrown to Cameron Thuy, and he deposited it over the left field fence. The 1-0 is flipped foul and gets out of play. Nice crowd here on hand tonight. Both teams well represented down the lines. 1-1 the count here to Cameron Thuy. He has accounted for the only run for Lake Norden. The 1-1 in there for a strike. Now let's see if Peyton Johnson learned anything from his last encounter with Thuy. With 2 strikes, he threw him a cookie down the middle, and Thuy took care of it. Now the 1-2 to Thuy. Swung on it, popped foul. Cade Larson's going to give it a look and just won't get there. Cade hopped up from his catcher spot and hustled over there and was unable to track it down. So we'll do the 1-2 pitch again. Cameron Thuy digs back in. Down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Peyton Johnson looking in at Cade Larson, gets the sign. The 1-2 on the way. Swung on and lifted on the infield. Tate Larson calls for it, and he'll put it away from his first base spot for the first out. So Peyton Johnson made a little adjustment there to Cameron Thuy and said we're not going to give him anything on the inner half where he can turn on it, and did a nice job there getting Thuy out for the first one of the inning. Luke Stephenson steps up. Stephenson popped out to Cogley at 3rd in his first at-bat. First pitch from Johnson. Swung on and fouled. Lake Norden, they like to swing. They're up there ready to hit. 1 out here. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Peyton Johnson at 45 pitches so far. Again, not a bad number at this point in the game. He shakes off the sign from Cade Larson. The 0-1 on the way. Curveball stays high. Kind of lost that one a little bit. Left it up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Johnson looking in. He gets a sign, the 1-1. That one goes down low. Now he missed high, now he missed low. Now we want 1 in the middle. Try to find a way to even the count. 2 balls and 1 strike to Luke Stephenson. Stephenson is the center fielder for Lake Norden Badger. 2-1. Swung on and popped up. Cade's going to give it a look, but it's going to go out of play. And it's a mad dash for the foul ball. Lots of kids out here, even a couple adults chasing after it. Foul balls are $1. And then there's the occasional, they call it foul ball frenzy. Or I think it's a $5 foul ball. The 2-2 from Johnson. Swung on and lifted on the infield. Peyton calls it. Peyton Johnson calls it, but Tate Larson didn't hear him, and he was coming hard. And we nearly had a collision. Typically, the pitcher doesn't field that ball, but in Legion ball, most pitchers do have a fielding position, so they are perfectly capable. That's going to bring up Carson Peterson, the right fielder, batting from the left side. Peterson grounded out in his first at-bat. First pitch misses. He grounded, hit a slow roller to Chandler Larson at second. He is officially 0 for 1. Johnson behind 1-0. The 1-0 pitch on the way. That misses just up tall a little bit. Just a little high. 2-0. Mike Sarda says, nope, that's a little high. 2-0 the count here. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Lake Norden leads 1-0. 2-0. Swung on and chopped. That's going to be a foul ball as it hit Peterson in the box before it went into fair territory. 2 balls, 1 strike. Johnson looking to even the count here. Trying to get out of the inning, get Groton back up to bat here, find a way, see if they can figure out Nikolai Arbuck. The 2-1, that's in there for a strike two. He evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We've got deuces. Johnson looking to work his way out of here. He looks in at Cade Larson, gets the sign he likes. And the 2-2 on the way. Curveball grounded up the middle. Chandler Larson to his right, makes the play. On the front, makes a nice play. Oh, but we call him safe. He pulled him off the base. Chandler Larson made a nice play, ranging deep up the middle. Did his best impression of maybe Derek Jeter from the second base side. Hopped and fired, and Tate Larson did his best to hang on over there. Now we're going to have an umpires conference between Mike Sarda and Dave Purell. See if we can figure out if Tate Larson did hold his foot on the base or not. The call on the field right now is safe. And we're going to see if we, after the conference, if things change. Right now, and the call remains the same as the play pulled Tate off the base, according to umpire Dave Purell. We're a long way away, so it'd be hard for me to tell one way or the other. But nonetheless, the call is the call. 2 outs, and that's going to bring up George Jensen. First pitch is in there for a strike. So Peyton Johnson doing a nice job there, not letting that delay get to him. And he comes back and he fires that first pitch for a strike to Jensen. The 0-1, that misses high and wide, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Won't take anything away from Chandler Larson. That was an outstanding play. He probably missed the out by just mere inches over there at first. The 1-1 from Johnson. That misses outside off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Johnson relying heavily on his off-speed and breaking stuff, which it has worked for him. The 2-1. That one's left high. 3-1 now the count. If I'm not mistaken, this might be one of the only, if not the only, 3-ball count that Peyton Johnson has gone to yet in this game. The 3-1. That's on the outside corner for strike 2 to fill the count. Now, in this situation, Peterson will be off with the pitch as it's 3-2 full count. Runner goes, 3-2, swung on and fisted foul. Wide to third. In this situation, usually the first baseman plays behind, but when you got a lefty pitcher who has the capability of possibly throwing over and catching the runner off guard as he is running, but as coaches always say, make sure the pitcher goes home. The 3-2, runner goes, and it's flipped foul. And Jensen hanging in there. George Jensen battling. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jensen 0 for 1 on the day. The 3-2 from Johnson. Swung on and popped up. Cogley's going to give it a look. He's going to make an effort, and he makes a nice catch over here in front of the Groton dugout to end the inning. That's a tough play there. Ball slicing away from Cogley. He's stuck with it. Lake Norden leaves one as they get one hit, no runs. We're going to the top of the 5th inning for Groton Post 39. It'll be DeHoot, Cogley, and Cade Larson will have the top of the 5th inning here in Groton when we return after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Welcome back to Groton, South Dakota State Class B American Legion action from Lock Karst Field. I'm Pat Kraus bringing it to you here on Live Ticket. As I've been saying, we're bringing you all the action, every single game, 14 total between now and Tuesday. We've already got 3 in the books. We're on our 4th and final of the day. We'll do it again tomorrow, 4 more starting at 10 o'clock. We got ourselves another good game going on here so far. Kind of a pitcher's duel as Nikolai Arbuck has held Groton scoreless through 4, and Peyton Johnson throwing well on the other side. Really only one mistake pitch, and Cameron Thuy took care of it to score the only run. Brody DeHoot's going to lead off here for Groton in the top of the 5th inning. DeHoot, the designated hitter for Groton. He waves at the first pitch and misses that one. No balls and 1 strike. I think he's just a little anxious out there, and Arbuck came in. He was thinking fastball, and Arbuck gave him a curveball and caught him off guard. The 0-1. That one misses down and in to even the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Through 4 innings, Arbuck only at 55 pitches, so extremely efficient out there with his work. Arbuck gets the sign from Rodriguez, the 1-1. That's in there for a strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Brody DeHoot. DeHoot looking for contact. He's 0 for 1, went down looking in his first at-bat. The 1-2, swung on and missed, and DeHoot down again, swinging this time for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. That'll bring up Jackson Cogley. Cogley 0 for 1, grounded out to second base. Put the ball in play in his first at-bat, but was unable to reach. Cogley wearing number 10 on his red jersey, red and white pinstripes. First pitch to Cogley. That misses inside. Again, Arbuck. He misses on a pitch, but he'll come back here now and probably hit something in the zone to even up. The 1-0 swung on and flipped foul, and just like that, the count evens up 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. So, again, like I said, name of the game is throwing strikes, and Arbuck and Johnson, too, for that matter, for Groton, doing a job for their teams. The 1-1, that's on the outside corner for strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Groton's third baseman, Jackson Cogley. Cogley 0 for 1, grounded out in his first at-bat, looking to make up for that here. He made a couple nice plays here at third base for Groton. Now trying to do it with the bat. The 1-2 swung on and popped up. Jensen's going to take a look over at the fence, and he makes a nice catch. As that ball looked like it was maybe going to go out of play, Jensen hung with it, reached up, took the fence, the capping to the ribs, but was able to hang on for the out. That's a tough play no matter where you're at. Short fence, and Jensen hung with it and made the catch for the second out. That'll bring up Cade Larson. Cade Larson wearing number 15. He's doing the catching for Groton post 39. First pitch hit hard at short. Noam up with it on the first in time to retire Larson. 6-3 for the third out. Post 39 goes 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 4.5 innings, Lake Norden Badger still leads 1-0. We'll have Arbuck, Rodriguez, and Steffensen when we come back, and we'll have the bottom of the 5th inning after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
The Guard helps.
And we are back in Groton, South Dakota at Lockhart Field. This is Pat Krause bringing you 2021 American Legion Class B State Tournament action on live ticket. We've got ourselves a pitching duel here as Peyton Johnson and Nikolai Arbuck are locked up here. And we're going to have a pitcher-pitcher matchup here to start off the bottom of the 5th inning as Arbuck steps in. Arbuck 0 for 1 with a ground out in his first at-bat. First pitch misses inside and down. As Johnson falls behind 1 ball and no strikes. Johnson, that was his 63rd pitch through 4 innings. Misses inside, falls behind now 2-0. This happened in the first at-bat. He was able to come back and get Nikolai to ground out. Looking to do the same here as Johnson looks in at Cade Larson for the sign. And the 2-0 on the way. That one misses inside. 3-0. 3-0. 65 pitches for Peyton Johnson as he takes a deep breath and gets his sign. The 3-0 on the way. That's down the middle for strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Johnson looking to battle back, fill up the count here. I want to walk the bottom half of the lineup here to get the top half up. The 3-1 swung on and missed as Arbuck kind of chased one there. And Johnson quickly comes back here, now fills the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Looking to get the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 3-2 swung on and missed, and Arbuck down swinging for the first out. Nice job there by Peyton Johnson. Fell behind 3-0, come back, battle into it, and get the first out here. First out of an inning is so important. That brings up Christian Rodriguez. Rodriguez singled in his first at-bat, but was stranded at second base. Wearing number 22, Rodriguez doing the catching. He digs in. Number 9 hitter. First pitch to Rodriguez. Misses down low. Ball 1. Matt Steffensen stands on deck. He's the leadoff hitter. The 1-0. That comes in high. Brushes Rodriguez back a little bit. 2-0 the count now. Christian Rodriguez wearing number 22. Peyton Johnson looking in at Cade Larson. He gets the pitch, the 2-0. That's swung on, a little lazy fly ball. Chandler Larson back, and it will drop. Kind of in no man's land out there, short right center. That's a tough play for all three of those guys. Long run for all of them. Just good placement there by Rodriguez, and he is aboard with his second hit of the ball game. Again, number 9 hitters. That's his second hit. He's 2 for 2. Brings up Matt Steffensen, and we're going to have time called and a visit from Coach Matt Locke for Groton Post 39. While we have a chance here, kind of give you a quick little recap of what we had happen earlier today. Tabor, Post 183, defeated Big Stone 12-0 in our opening game this morning at 10 a.m. That game was followed by a 6-5 victory, walk-off victory for Madison over Winter Cologne. And then our first game in the second session today, we saw Redfield walk off Vermilion in dramatic fashion, 5-4. And that brought us here to where we're at. We're in our fourth and final game of day 1, opening round action. Groton and Lake Norden. Lake Norden Badger clinging to a 1-0 lead. That one run on a Cameron Thuy solo home run in the second inning. Matt Steffensen steps in, takes the first pitch for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Steffensen 0 for 2 today with 2 flyouts. The 1-0. That's on the inside corner for strike 1. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Opening round action, 2021 Class B American Legion Baseball Tournament. Right here on Live Ticket. The 1-1 on the way. That's going to land just inside the line. Doden tracks it. Rodriguez is going to try for third, but he's going to stop. Johnson backing it up. Oh, now we're throwing the ball around. Rodriguez was coming harder on second. I think their coach wanted him to try for third. He checks in. Ball gets kind of thrown around a little bit, but Groton was able to corral it. Now Matt Locke's coming out of the dugout, and I think this is going to be it for Peyton Johnson as they got runners on first and second. We're starting our third time through the lineup as Matt Steffensen singles. Nice job by Doden to track it down and keep Rodriguez at second. Outstanding game by Peyton Johnson. Threw 74 pitches, threw 4 in the third innings, only giving up the 1 run. Like I said, you know, he only really had the 1 bad pitch. It was an 0-2 pitch to Cameron Thuy, and Thuy put a charge into it and hit it over the left field fence. And that's the only scoring we've had so far in this game. Right now, it looks like Matt Locke's going to go to Alex Morris. We're going to have some changes here. Looks like we're going to have Peyton Johnson. Well, most likely he's coming into the game. He will bat in Brody DeHoot's spot. DeHoot will be done as he was the designated hitter. And then we'll have and then Tate Johnson, who was at first, he's going to move to third. It looks like we've got Jaden Zach coming off the bench to play short. It looks like he will probably be in Jackson Cogley's spot in the lineup. and he will play shortstop. So I know that was kind of choppy. I'll smooth it out for you here right now. Alex Morris is in to pitch. Pitcher Peyton Johnson moves to first base. He's now in the game, in the lineup, batting in Brody DeHoot's spot. First base is vacated. Tate Johnson moves over to third. Jackson Cogley comes out of the game, and in his spot in the lineup will be Jaden Zach, who takes over at shortstop. And with one out, runners on first and second. Rodriguez on second, Steffensen at first. Jackson Nome steps to the plate. Nome 1 for 2, single and a strikeout. Alex Morris works his first batter here. First pitch to Nome. Swung on and looped into short left. Doden's coming up hard. Rodriguez is rounding third hard. We're going to have a play at the plate. Ball sails. That's going to be hitting the halfway up the backstop. And Rodriguez scores from second on an RBI single by Nome. Nome advances to second on the overthrow. And Lake Norden Badger extends their lead 2-0 as Jackson Nome takes the first pitch from Alex Morris and hits it into shallow left for an RBI single. Now, with runners on second, third, and one out, Dawson Nome comes to the plate. Dawson Nome 0 for 2 today. First pitch is a curveball in there for a strike. Groton infield. Looks like they're going to move in. Looking to cut that run off at the plate. Trying not to let this thing get out of hand here. The 0-1 swung on and line foul as Dawson has him timed up. He's actually out in front a little bit of that fastball. But Morris ahead here now. No balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Lake Norden has 1 here so far in the bottom of the 5th. Looking to add to it. The 0-2 is high. Morris trying to hit a spot, maybe getting Nome to chase. Nome holds off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Groton infield creeping in. The 1-2. Curveball grounded to short. Zach checks. Play goes to 1. Good play there by Jaden Zach. Exactly how you coach it and teach it. Fields it on the high hop. Checks the runner. Looks him back. Makes a good strong on-target throw to Peyton Johnson at first for the second out. That brings up Cameron Thuy. They put Thuy on intentionally. The rule with that is you don't have to throw it anymore. You just hold up 4 fingers just like the majors. Tell the umpire we're going to give him 4, and they just put him on. That sets up a force all the way around. Luke Stephenson in the box now for Lake Norden Badger. He's 0 for 2 so far with 2 pop-outs. First pitch from Morris. Swung on and lifted into center. Darion Shabazz coming on, and he will make the catch. Looks like he made it a little harder than it had to be, but nonetheless, he makes the catch to end the inning. Lake Norden gets 1 run on a couple of hits. They left the bases loaded after 5 complete. Lake Norden Badger leads 2-0. We'll have Kettering, Shabazz, and Doden for Groton in the top of the 6th. And we'll have that here when we return to Groton after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we are back to Groton, South Dakota, Lockhurst Field for our fourth and final game of the opening round of the 2021 State B American Legion Baseball Tournament. We've got ourselves a pretty good one here. 2-0 Lake Norden Badger leading the host Groton. Post 39. Pierce Kettering. Pierce Kettering steps to the plate. Number 9 hitter leading off here in the top of the sixth. First pitch misses. Groton looking to find a way here as Nikolai Arbuck has held them in check this entire game, only allowing 2 hits to this point. Kettering has one of those hits. Looking to add another one. The 1-0. That misses high. 2 balls, no strikes. Coach Matlock saying let him work, make him work, as Arbuck only 64 pitches through 5 innings. Working very, very well out there. The 2-0 on the way. That misses inside. 3-0 to Kettering with Darion Shabazz standing on deck. Kettering would reach here. We'll get Shabazz up with a runner on and nobody out. Arbuck looking in at Rodriguez. He gets the sign. And the 3-0. That is in there for a strike. Three balls and 1 strike here to Pierce Kettering, number 9 hitter for Groton. The 3-1. Swung on it, popped up on the infield. Thuy calls for it, and he will put it away for out number 1. Kettering retired on the pop out to the third baseman. And with 1 out, that's going to bring up leadoff hitter number 1, Darion Shabazz. Darion so far on today's ball game 0 for 2. 2 pop outs. Popped out to the third baseman and the first baseman. Third time through here, hoping to maybe have figured out Arbuck by now. Usually a third time through, that's when the batting averages seem to creep up against pitchers. Shabazz digs in. Arbuck the 1-0 on the way. That's down on the inside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count here to Darion Shabazz, the Groton leadoff hitter and center fielder. The 1-1. That one stays down. That one misses 2-1 now the count. Darion trying to get something started here for Groton post 39 as they haven't been able to get much on in the last few innings. The 2-1. And that's driven into right center. And it will be caught by Luke Steffensen on a nice sliding catch to retire Shabazz. Tell you what, we've seen some pretty outstanding defensive plays all day today. And in this game in particular, we've seen some nice plays. Johnny Doden made a nice play in the left. A couple of nice plays in the infield. Johnny Doden steps in, trying to get something started on 2 for Groton. First pitch is hit into right, and it will be dropped. Oh. We've got some controversy here as the ball popped out of his glove. And Coach Seth Erickson visibly upset with the first base umpire as we saw the ball pop up And apparently it looked like he maybe corralled it and regained control. That's what Matt Locke is going to walk over and check with the umpire here, as he's upset, visibly upset. Groton refusing to take the field. And Matt, he's looking for answers out here, trying to figure out what happened, as he is not happy with the call on the field. And begrudgingly, Groton will take the field to go into the bottom of the 6th inning. They scored no runs, no hits, no runners left on base. After 5.5, we still have a 2-0 game. For Lake Norden, it'll be Peterson, Jensen, and Arbuck, and we'll have that when we return to Lockhart Field after these messages.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
The Guard helps you get an education.
And we're back in the bottom of the 6th inning here. Alex Morrison, his 2nd inning of relief, falls behind here 2-0 to Carson Peterson, the right fielder. The 2-0 is in there for a strike. Now we're back 2 balls and 1 strike. A little controversy there to end the top of the 6th inning. The 2-1 misses outside, 3-1. Groton now just has to try to find a way to calm down here and relax, as they had a call not go their way. The 3-1 swung on and missed. 3-2 now the count. And again, it happened in right field, and that's a long ways away from us, but assistant coach Seth Erickson was adamant that that ball hit the ground. He had a pretty good view of it. The 3-2 swung on and just got a piece and fouled it off. Alex Morris looking here to get the first out of the inning. The 3-2 swung on and fouled off again. We're going to keep it alive here. Peterson doing a nice job. Peterson 1 for 2 on the day with an infield single. Three balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2 misses low and in the dirt, and Peterson is aboard with a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And we're going to have a substitute, a pinch runner for Peterson. Looks like number 11 for Lake Norden, Marcus Hausman. Marcus Hausman will be in the game to run for Carson Peterson. First pitch to Jensen is in there for a strike. Throw down to second on the steal attempt is not in time. And Hausman is in safely with the stolen base, puts himself into scoring position. Lake Norden Badger leading 2-0. They scored 1 in the second, and they scored 1 in the previous inning. Jensen flips one foul, falls behind. No balls and 2 strikes. George Jensen on the day, 0 for 2. 0 for 2 on the day. Alex Morris looking in. His 17th pitch on the way. That's fouled, and Jensen little tardy on that one. Morris checks the runner at second. The 0-2 swung on a grounder to the right side. Past Johnson. Larson up with it. However, he's not going to have a play as Morris was late getting there. And George Jensen will be aboard on an infield single. Peyton Johnson made a nice effort diving. It got under his glove. Chandler Larson was there to back it up. However, Alex Morris was slow getting off the mound and unable to cover at first. That puts runners on the corners with Nikolai Arbuck, the pitcher, at the plate wearing number 20. First pitch to Arbuck is in there for a strike on the outside corner. Groton infield kind of at mixed depths here as looks like they're maybe playing a little bit halfway. See if Hausman takes off on contact. The 0-1 runner goes, and Larson doesn't throw it. The 0-2. 0-2 the count here to Arbuck as the infield moves in now for Groton. The 0-2 pitch. Just a bit outside. I think we like that one. Morris liked that one. Cade Larson liked that one. And, however, umpire Sarda said, not yet. The 1-2. That one misses high as Morris tried to reach back for a little extra on that one after missing that last one. 2-2 the count to the starting pitcher. Still pitching for Lake Norden Badger, Nikolai Arbuck. The 2-2. Three balls and two strikes. As that one misses low. 3-2 the count, infield in for Groton. The 3-2 on the way. Fouled off, and Cade Larson cannot hang on as it squirts out of his glove and gets away from him. Arbuck 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a strikeout. Morris looks in, gets the sign here. The 3-2. That one misses low. And that's going to load the bases for Christian Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the number 9 hitter in the lineup, but being productive from the 9 hole. He is 2 for 2 with a run scored. He singled and came around and scored back in the 5th inning. Bases loaded. Infield in for Groton, looking to cut the run off at home. Ball gets away from Larson, but Hausman doesn't read it well enough, quick enough to score on the play. And Morris walks back out to the mound. And we're going to reset here. Bases loaded. Nobody out here. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 1-0. That one misses low. 2 balls and no strikes to the number 9 hitter. Last thing you want to do is to get the top of the order up with no outs. That ball almost gets away from Cade. Cade kind of having some trouble back there. Not sure what's going on, but Morris falls behind here. 3-0 to the number 9 hitter, Christian Rodriguez. I want to walk in a run here and get the top of the order up. 3-0 down the middle for a strike. Morris looking to get himself a ground ball here, maybe induce a double play here. The 3-1 swung on it, popped up on the infield. That's going to be a tough play. Play at the plate. They got him on the force out. I'm not sure why we didn't have an infield fly called there. Matt Locke's going to come out. Tough play there by Peyton Johnson and Chandler Larson. We had no infield fly called. I have to review that. I think a fielder it has to be imminent that he's going to make the play. But it wasn't called. But nonetheless, Peyton Johnson, very, very aware out there. He picks it up, fires it home, and they do get Hausman on the force out. Matt Locke out of the dugout. He's going to make a change here as Alex Morris was getting up there. They want to be able to use him tomorrow. So they took him out short of the limit. I believe the limit is 35. And so they pull him out. He's going to go to second base. Chandler Larson's going to come into the game and begin his time pitching. Again, the winner of this game will advance, and they will play the late game tomorrow night against Madison, who defeated Winter Cologne in a 6-5 walk-off. In other action tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., we will see Big Stone City taking on Vermilion in an elimination game. You win and you move on, you lose and you go home. In the other elimination game, Winter Cologne will take on the loser of this contest in another elimination game. In the winner's side, at 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, Tabor will take on Redfield. The way these two teams got there in two different ways. Tabor in dominating fashion, 12-0 over Big Stone City, and Redfield in a walk-off over Vermilion, 5-4. And then about 30 minutes following the Tabor-Redfield game, it will be Madison taking on either Lake Norden Badger or Groton, whoever comes out victorious in this game. Matt Steffensen steps to the plate. He's a leadoff hitter for Lake Norden Badger. 1 for 3 on the day. Bases are loaded. There's only one out. He's first pitch swinging. Chandler Larson in to pitch now for Groton Post 39. Infield is in with the bases loaded, looking to cut that run off at home. The 0-1 on the way. Curveball stays high. Best case scenario here, ground ball. Groton gets a ground ball. We get a double play, get out of the inning with no harm. The 1-1. That one misses just high. Just high. 2 balls and 1 strikes. 2 balls, 1 strike here to the Lake Norden Badger left fielder. The 2-1 on the way. Swung on and popped up on the infield. Now the infield fly is called as Jaden Zach tracks it down. And he makes the catch for the second out. That brings up Jackson Nome. Nome has had 2 hits. He had a sharp single in the third and a little bloop single back in the 5th that drove in a run. This is a challenge here for Chandler Larson, as Jackson Nome is probably one of the better hitters in this year's tournament. First pitch from Larson to Nome. Curveball comes across for a strike. That's a good pitch, good start, but still Nome a good enough hitter. You still don't want to give in here. Want to challenge him, but don't give him anything too good to hit. The 0-1. Oh, now we've got a question on whether or not he swung. Looks like he maybe offered at it. Umpire Mike Sarda, he's gonna check it out. Again, we've got all kinds of action going on here. Mike Sarda's going to call the umpires together, and they're going to talk about it. Lake Norden already moved their runners up a base. We'll see what comes out of this, as Nome's still standing around home plate. George Jensen has already come across and scored as if that's what the call's going to be, which is what you do. They are going to give him first base. Jackson Nome is awarded first base. A run does come across and score. Matt Locke out of the dugout once again to have a conference with the umpires, as they've had a few calls in this game that just haven't gone Groton's way, and close calls nonetheless. But now Matt's out there to get an explanation from home plate umpire Mike Sarda. And Matt's got his helmet in his hand, and he is visibly upset. 3-0 is the score. 3-0 is the score here. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Conference over. Bases are still loaded. Dawson Nome at the plate. Chandler Larson winds and fires. He misses. Ball gets away from Cade Larson, but not far enough away again. Lake Norden runner on third, not reading it well enough to get a good jump. 3-0 is our score. Lake Norden scored 1 in the second, 1 in the fifth, and now 1 here in the sixth. Chandler Larson trying to stop the bleeding here, limit the damage as he came in with bases loaded here. The 1-0. Swung out, popped up. Cade Larson can't see it, but it will go out of. Oh, we have a catcher interference call now. Again, not something you see a whole lot of, but a catcher interference called on Cade Larson. That awards Dawson Noem first base. And we'll put another run across for Lake Norden as they stretch their lead to 4-0. And probably not a guy you want to see up in this situation. That's Cameron Thuy. Thuy started the scoring for Lake Norden back in the second inning by hitting a solo home run. Chandler Larson looks in, gets the sign. First pitch, curveball in there for a strike. Chandler Larson quickly jumps ahead here. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 from Larson. Swung on and driven into center. Shabazz back. He will put it away for the out. Hard hit ball by Thuy. But Shabazz does a nice job of tracking it. A lot to unpack in that inning, but after all is said and done, what really matters is Lake Norden scores 2 more, stretches their lead to 4-0, and going into the top of the 7th inning, Groton's last chance, they're going to have Morris, Chandler Larson, and Tate Larson to try to tie this thing up and send it to extras. We'll be back with the top of the 7th inning after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we are back here in Groton, South Dakota at Lockhart Field. This is Pat Kraus bringing you Class B American Legion State Tournament action. Here starting to cool off out here. The haze is starting to kind of settle in a little more. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Groton's last chance as they trail 4-0 over Lake Norden Badger. Nikolai Arbuck spinning a gem out there as he's beginning his 7th inning of work, only at 72 pitches. Being very, as we always talk about it at length, it's so important in these tournaments with the pitch count rules, to stay at a certain level. And right now he's looking as good as any. Alex Morris looking to get things started here for Groton post 39 in the top half of the 7th inning. Morris hit the ball hard in his 2 at-bats. He's got a double and a fly out. First pitch is in there for a strike. Arbuck not letting up. He's throwing it just as well as he did in the first. Only giving up 2 hits to Groton, one of those to Morris. The 0-1 to Morris. Popped up into short center. Luke Steffensen in, and he will call for it and put it away. And Morris is down on 2 pitches to start the 7th. Chandler Larson stepping to the plate. Chandler Larson in relief now of Alex Morris. Peyton Johnson started the game, was throwing well, but as Lake Norden came around to the 3rd time in the lineup, Matt Locke decided to make a change, brought in Alex Morris, trying to cut things down, and and then realized, boy, we might need Morris tomorrow, so took him out, and now Chandler Larson in relief as the third pitcher. First pitch misses. Little outside, says Mike Sarda. 1 ball, no strikes. Chandler Larson wearing number 11. Started the game at second. Now doing the pitching duties. The 1-0. That's down the middle for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to the current Groton pitcher, Chandler Larson. Chandler Larson trying to find a way here. As Groton trails 4-0. They need to get some base runners on if they want to have a chance. The 1-0. Little curveball, a little up and down. Nothing big there, but just enough to kind of throw a little wrinkle in there and catch the Groton batters off balance. The 1-2 on the way. Swung on and lifted into left. Matt Steffensen calls for it. He'll put it away for out number 2. Groton now down to their final out as Tate Larson steps to the plate. Tate playing first base, not first base anymore. They moved him over to third base when they made the first pitching change. And it looks like we might see something here. Maybe a pitching change. I think if they keep Arbuck under 80, he can come back, I think, in a day or two and still be able to pitch. So the change is going to be, I think it's just some position changes. I don't believe anybody's coming off the bench. Arbuck, though, threw a gem. He pitched well. 78 pitches over 6 2/3 innings. Only 2 hits. 2 hits, no runs. And if I'm reading my scorebook correctly, no walks either. So a very, very well-pitched game by Nikolai Arbuck here in the opening round. Jackson Nome coming in to pitch for Lake Norden Badger. I think the switch is just going to be, I think Dawson Nome is going to move from second to short. They're going to move Cameron Thuy to second, and Arbuck is going to go to third, I think is what the changes will be when it all gets ironed out. But there will be no changes in the batting order, just some position changes. Groton hoping for some magic here. We've had 2 walk-off victories so far today. Madison against Winter Cologne in our second game of the morning. They walked off 6-5. And then in the game before this, Redfield walked off Vermilion 5-4. 2 outstanding games. And this game here, this has lived up to the billing as well. Peyton Johnson threw a good game. Up until the point he got taken out, he really only had 1 bad pitch, and that was the one that Cameron threw. He hit out of the park. But Groton's bats just have not been able to figure out Nikolai Arbuck, and that's why we sit where we are at 4-0. First pitch from Jackson Nome to Tate Larson is in there for a strike. And Jackson Nome, he looks to have a little bit more of a lively arm, as that first pitch came in at the knees with some smoke. And the 0-1 swung on and missed as he throws a little breaking ball in there, and Tate Larson swings over the top. Now Groton down to their last strike. 0-2, 2 outs. Tate Larson in the box, currently playing third base for Groton. The 0-2 from Nome to Larson. Fastball swung on and missed, and Larson is down swinging, and that will do it. Jackson Nome comes in, throws 3 pitches to slam the door for Lake Norden Badger. As they advance in the top of the 7th. Groton goes 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. The final will be 4-0. We'll take a short break, and when we return, we'll recap today's game and all of today's action and preview the matchups for tomorrow. We'll be back here to Lockhart Field in Groton after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Welcome back to Lockhurst Field in Groton, South Dakota. I'm going to put a wrap on opening round action here of the Class B American Legion State Tournament, the 2021 edition. In a game just completed, in Game 4 of 4, we just witnessed Lake Norden Badger defeat the host Groton Post 39 4-0. Story of the game was pitching as Peyton Johnson started for Groton. He threw well, just kind of got away from him a little bit. Groton brought in Alex Morris and Chandler Larson. 4 runs is not a lot, and but it was enough tonight as Nikolai Arbuck for the Lake Norden Badger Post 260. He spun a gem as he had a very efficient game on the mound. Try to get some numbers here for you. Arbuck struck out 8 over 6 2/3. He was just shy of 80 pitches. And again, he spun a gem. We got some stats here for you. Pitching stats for Groton Post 39. Peyton Johnson went 4 1/3. 6 hits, 2 earned, 2 strikeouts, no walks. Again, that's a huge stat there. Alex Morris came in. He threw 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks. Again, that's the difference right there is those 3 walks. Chandler Larson, he threw 2/3 of an inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. For Lake Norden Badger Post 260, Nikolai Arbuck, 6 2/3, 78 pitches. Only 2 hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts. But again, here is the key stat. No walks. That is crucial when it comes to pitching in these games. Number one, you're not wasting pitches on balls and making them put the ball in play. Jackson Nome then came in for 1/3 of an inning to shut the door. He threw 3 pitches, got 1 strikeout, and that ended the inning. Batting stats here for Groton Post 39. Not much to speak of as there were only 2 hits, one by Alex Morris, that was a double, and Pierce Kettering, who hit a single in one of his at-bats. For Lake Norden Badger, Jackson Nome went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Cameron Thuy 1 for 3, but his one was a big one. That one started the scoring for Lake Norden Badger as he hit a home run. Again, though, Christian Rodriguez, number 9 hitter. Okay, we've got number 9 hitters all over the place that are kind of carrying their teams a little bit. He went 2 for 3 with a run scored. So Lake Norden Badger will advance. They will take on Madison in the late game tomorrow night. So now the stage is set for day 2 of our 2021 American Legion Class B State Tournament. Starting it all off tomorrow morning, we will have Big Stone City taking on Vermillion at 10 a.m. The second half of the morning session, about approximately 30 minutes after that first game, we will have Groton taking on Winter Cologne. Both of those games are elimination games where you win, you move on, you lose, you go home. And in the afternoon session, starting at 5 o'clock, we will have Tabor Post 183 taking on Redfield Post 92. That is a winner's bracket game, so the winners will move on in the winner's bracket. The losers will fall down to the loser's bracket to continue to play to survive. And in our nightcap, the final game, we'll have Madison taking on Lake Norden Badger. Again, in a winner's bracket game, winner will advance, loser will move down to the loser's bracket game. As we put a wrap on today's action, outstanding baseball here out in Groton. I want to just compliment a few different people and organizations. First of all, the Groton Baseball Softball Foundation and all their volunteers and workers, as they've done a fantastic job preparing for this tournament. They run a tight ship. They keep things moving. Everything is run really well. We've got a nice setup up here in the press box. I want to take a nice shout-out to Groton Post 39 and athletic commander Doug Hamilton. Doug's doing a nice job keeping this ship rolling. The state athletic commissioners, as we have them here, they're keeping things on track. And, of course, we want to thank our grounds crew led by Aaron Severson. Aaron doing a nice job keeping his workers in line and keeping the field ready to go this morning. We had a little bit of a rain delay. They were on the field, tarped and ready to go. Did a nice job, and then when it was time to play, they prepped and ready. Everything looking good out here in Groton. If you're able to come on out, join us. If not, make sure you tune in here to Live Ticket as we're bringing you all the action. We've got 4 in the books. We've got 4 more tomorrow and many more to come. We're going to crown a champion here in Groton on Tuesday. I also would be remiss if I didn't mention my production man here, Axel Warrington. Axel, a freshman in high school, almost, and doing a fantastic job here, keeping things rolling, keeping things smooth, allowing me to do what I enjoy, and that's to hear my own voice and talk. He's keeping the computer running, doing the production side of things for us here with our live ticket setup. Join us tomorrow. We'll be back here again, 10 o'clock start time for the first game. We'll be on right around 9:45, doing a little pregame. We'll have Big Stone City and Vermilion starting the action. And as I continue to say, we're bringing it all to you live here on Live Ticket. Thank you all for tuning in for day 1 of the 2021 State B American Legion Tournament. I'm Pat Krause bringing you the action live. We'll see you all back here tomorrow. Thank you and good night.